Hello everyone and welcome to MoJo's Fashion. In today's video, I will be showing you how to draft a bodice pattern block using MoJo's method. If you haven't checked my previous videos on how to take the measurements for the bodice, please go have a look and check them. I will leave the link in the description box below. So no further ado, let's get started. Alright everyone, so I will leave in the description box, I will leave this table for the measurement, an empty one, and I will also attach another one that has a real measurements. I have it in here. And I will highly also recommend you to go and check my previous videos on how to draft skirt pattern. When you watch that video, you will have an idea on some stuff that I will mention in today's video as well. So it will make it much easier for you to understand. So yeah, so here is the table with the measurements. The red one is for the circumferences, the green one for the width, the blue one is for the length. So after you take the measurements for the customer, you have to go and use this calculation table, do the calculation table. In the calculation table, you take the circumferences and you add the ease for the circumferences, then you divide the outcome by 2, so you will end up with a pattern size, okay? Because as I told you previously on my previous videos, that we are dealing with pattern which represent only half of the body. And in that half of the body, there is a front and a back side, okay? So here what we have done for the circumferences, the bust, the underbust, the waist, the upper bust, the arm sky, we took the measurements. We have take the measurements we measured and we added the ease, and we came out with these blue numbers. This represents the circumferences plus the ease, okay? Then we divided these measurements by 2 because we are going to use only half of them, because we deal with pattern piece which represent only half. So we divide it by half and we end up with this purple numbers, okay? And in this purple number, it represents half the body, okay? With like both front and back together, okay? So how much goes for the front and how much goes for the back? We have to divide even this one into 2, so we will end up with how much goes for front and how much will go for the back, okay? So the circumferences you have to place are the bust, the under bust, the waist, the upper bust. The amount of ease, you can go and check my previous video. I will leave the link in the description box about how to determine the ease value, okay? You can change this value and you will end up with another stuff, you know, another number. But as I always tell you that in my pattern pieces, I like to draft up a body fitted garment, okay? And then you can make it loose as much as possible, because it's hard to make the gown like tight or fitted, you know, but it's easy to make it loose. This is regarding the circumferences, okay? But don't forget also that we have some width, okay? Like the bust points width, the shoulder blade width, the upper bust width, the front bust width, okay? So for those, you take the measurement and you divide it by half. Some of them you need to add some ease, like for example for the shoulder blade, I like to add ease in case I have to attach a sleeve to the bodice, okay? Because you need an extra room for your arms to move forward, you know. If you use the shoulder blade as is, when you move your arms forward, when you do any kind of work, you will feel some restriction or some pulling from the back, okay? So I like to add an ease with like about 2 centimeters, okay? So yeah, you can add ease or you can't. If you don't want to add ease, it's optional also, but you have to divide this width into 2 because we are dealing only with half of the body. So for the bust point, you divide it by 2, shoulder blade, upper bust, and front bust. Okay, after doing all the calculation, you have to draw now the border. It's the main thing. The border has a width and a length. The length of the border equal the longest length, and the width equal the largest pattern circumference. The pattern circumference. Pattern circumference means the purple one. Okay, so which length from this blue one, which one is the longest? As you can see here, is the top shoulder to waist. Okay, which is 50 centimeter. And here, which one among all these purple one, the pattern measurements, has the biggest width is the bust circumference, which is 49 centimeters. So the shape or the border or the rectangle measures 49 centimeters in width and 50 centimeters in length. Okay. Each line of these border represent the following. The top one represent the shoulder level. Okay. This one, the right one, represent the mid front. This one, the mid back, and the bottom one is the waist level. Okay. Okay, number 2, you have to add step number 2 is to determine where should we place the sideline. The sideline that divide the block here, the border, into 2, front and back. Since we have measured the front bust width, okay, we can use this one because, guys, as you all know, I will show you here. Back around the level of the bust, okay, is always the same measurement for the same customer, okay, but the front, this front blue color here is changeable. Sometime the customer is breastfeeding, so she has an extra centimeter. She's on her period time, so it's more centimeters changing in this area. So automatically the bust circumference is divided into 2 parts, the back and the front. The back remains the same for the same customer, but the front may vary depend on several or many factors. Okay, so obviously you can't say that the back is equal to the front. Okay, so that's why I can't take the pattern size and divide it by half to get a front and back, because logically the front is not the same size as the back. There is a bulk of tissue in the front. Like if you remember my previous video on the skirt, when we had to place the sideline, it was the opposite because the bulk of the meat was located on the back side of the body. Okay, so the back circumference was much more larger than the front. But for the top, it's the opposite. It's the front that has the bulky meat, or the bulky tissue here, than the back. The front has more than the back. Okay, so obviously you can't take this line, this block, and divide it by half. So if it's 49 centimeter, that means 24.5 for the front and 24.5 for the back. It will end up like here. The sideline will be the black color here, this one. If you can see, it's coming more toward the front, okay? But if you go with the logically speaking, the front bust width equals 53 centimeters. So for the pattern piece, it should measure 26.5 dividing by 2, this one. You divide this one by 2 because we are dealing only with half of the body. So it will become 26.5 centimeters, okay? So obviously the front will be 26.5 centimeter and the back will be 22.5 centimeter. I will show you here in my book. You can also go and refer to my book. See, this is the dotted line is the old one, okay, which divides the border into half, okay. But this one, the red one, is the true one, okay, where the front is measured 26.5 and the back 22.5, okay. So this way is wrong. You should never use this way where the front and the back are equal. You have to go for this way. That's why you have to take the front bust width always. Okay, so the third point will be determine the mid front. As you can see here in the previous, this is the mid front. The current mid front line is equal to the length of the pattern, okay, which is 50 centimeters, okay. But it's not the true one, it's the current one. The current one measures 50 centimeters, but the true one in the measuring table, the true one mid front to waist is 42 centimeter, okay. So as you can see here, we have to go, that measurement we have taken it from the neck notch, okay, to the waist. And don't forget, we didn't forget to take the curvature of the bust, okay. So in total it was 42 centimeters. So since we know that it ended on the level of the waist, at the level of the waist, okay, this one, and this is the level of the waist. So from the waist we'll go up 42 centimeter, and we'll place a mark, and that mark will show me the true mid front line, okay. Then the fourth, I think, or the second, let's just say second is the point is, or step is to determine mid back, or B1. B1 was 41 centimeter, and also from the back neck, okay, to the waist. And since waist level is known, so we'll go from waist up 41 centimeter, and we place a mark. So this is the true mid back, or B1, okay. Then the second step will be determine the sideline. Now we place the sideline, okay. The sideline measures 50 centimeter because it's the same length of the pattern length, but the true sideline length is, let me show you here, okay, here, the sideline measures 23 centimeters. So what we have right now, the one that we have it right now here, is 50 centimeter, but the true one should measure 23 centimeters. So since also, as I told you, we take it from the armpit, or just like the lower edge of the arm sky, okay, to the waist level. And since we know the waist level, so we'll go from the waist level up 23 centimeter, and we will place a mark. So this is our true sideline length, okay. Now we have to determine the level of the circumferences, okay. So we have to determine the bust level bust circumference level, okay. So from the shoulder top level, we measured the length to the shoulder top, to the bust point, okay, which measured 28 centimeter. And since this one is the shoulder level, so we have to go down from this level downward 28 centimeter, okay, and we will draw a horizontal line that is 28 centimeter away from the shoulder, below the shoulder level, okay. So this is the shoulder level, okay, and we'll go down 28 centimeter, and we will draw the horizontal line that represents the bust level or the bust circumference level. Okay. Okay, then we'll go and draw the determine the underbust level. Okay, so from the shoulder top to the bust point until the underbust, it measured 37 37 centimeter with the curvature of the bust. Okay, you have to make sure to take it with the shape of the bust. So in total it was 37 centimeters. So since we know the level of the top shoulder, which is this one, so we have to go down from this level downward 37 centimeter and then draw a horizontal line that represent the um, underbust level. Okay, so this is the level of the underbust. Now we have to determine the upper bust level. Okay, here comes something logical. We didn't measure. If you go to the measurement table, we didn't take the measurement from the shoulder top to upper bust. Okay, you can't do that, but no need for that. I don't like to take it. I mean, it's not like something necessary to take, because if you look carefully, you will find that the breast tissue from the bust level downward toward the underbust is equal to the bust level to the upper bust. So these two are same in size. Okay, in some cases where the customer has a big bust, okay, circumference, or she's a busted lady, I like to add an extra 1 to 2 centimeters on this length. Okay, why? Because sometimes the customer wants to cover her bust area, and that would help me to um, cover it more. Okay, this is like a rule of thumb. I like whenever I draft a pattern, for example, if I'm drafting for a décolleté or a sweetheart um, bodice, I like to make it high, and then when she comes for fitting, I can ask her like how low she wants it to be. Okay, but if you draft it low and you ask the customer to wear it and it's very revealing, it will be so hard for you to tell how much you need to cover, how much centimeter you need to add to cover that revealing part. So always cover more, and then at the trial or the fitting time, you can just take it off and ask the customer if she's okay with the shape or not. Okay, so yes, this is what I do. So since I will measure the distance from the bust level and the under bust level, which is 9 centimeter. Okay, you can measure this at the pattern paper, or you can um, uh, take it off like subtract it. 37 minus 28, it will be 9 centimeter. I like to add an extra centimeter if the lady's full busted, extra 2 centimeter actually, but it's the range from 1 to 2 centimeter. Okay, so yeah, and then I will draw a line that represent the upper bust level. Okay, then the next I will show you how to determine the bust point width. On the bust point width, the width between the two bust points was 18 centimeters. So half of them, since we are dealing only with half of the body, half of it's 9 centimeters. So we have to go inside from the mid front line, inside toward the sideline or toward the back side, 9 centimeter, then draw a horizontal line, sorry, not horizontal, vertical line, all the way from the shoulder top to the waist. Okay, this line we'll be using this line for the seam, okay? Here where we'll be placing the darts, okay, on this line. You can go and check my previous videos on dart also. You will have a clear idea about what I'm talking about. Okay, I will try also to show you this on a mannequin, so you will get a clear idea on what I'm drawing. Okay, so next we'll be marking the bust point. Okay, the bust point actually is located is the intersection. It's an intersection between the bust level and the bust point width line, which is this point. And at this point is where the bust point is located. Okay, so I will go down also. Okay, here comes the how to determine the front neck. As you remember, we've taken the measurements. Let me just go up here and I will show you on the measurements. Yeah, here comes the thing. Okay, we took the full front. Okay, we also took with the full back. Okay, the shoulder width, okay, and the shoulder width for the front and for the back. And we also took the one that represent only one, like one shoulder, okay, that comes from the neck point to the shoulder tip, or shoulder top to shoulder tip. Okay, this one, the green line. So what we have to do, okay, here, the green line here represent full back shoulder width, which is 37 centimeter. Okay, half of this shoulder. Okay, I like to use the back one because back shoulder width always is the largest, is larger than the front. Okay, so I like to use the back side, the back shoulder width. Okay, you can go through my book and read about it. It's explained in my book. So you take this full measurement and you divide it by half, and it will give you only the red color, which is 18.5 centimeter, the red line here. Okay, so the red line is 18.5 centimeter of the back shoulder width. The one shoulder equals 11 centimeter, which comes from here till the arm, okay, shoulder tip, which is 11 centimeter. But since this one from the red one's 18 and this one only 11, so the remaining is 7.5, which represent the neck width on the back side. As you can see here, the black color is equal to the this area here of the neck, the back of the neck. So this is how I like to take the measurement for the neck. I remember when I was taking a course, she told me like you have to take the circumference of the neck and divide it by 5. And it didn't make sense for me. Like why should I divide it by 5? She didn't answer me. And as you know that I always like to have a reason for any step, okay? Because if I don't have a reason, I wouldn't know how to modify it or how to change it or what to expect with different body shapes. So this is how you have to go with it. You have to take the full back and divide it by 2 because it's only half of the body. We are dealing only with half of the body. So half of it is 18.5, and since we have the shoulder itself, the one shoulder, which is 11, that means the leftover is 7.5, which is the neck width. Okay, so what we have to do is to get inside from the mid front line. We have to go at the shoulder level, shoulder level, 7.5 centimeter toward the sideline or toward the back, okay, and draw a neckline. Okay, so this length from here till here is 7.5 centimeter. Okay. Since this one is 7.5 centimeter and it should be sewn with the back also, so it's both like front and back should measure the same. The neck width should measure the same. 7.5 for the front, 7.5 for the back. So at the level of B1, which is mid back, we have to go inside 7.5 centimeter and place a mark here. Okay. Then we have to determine back shoulder top to waist length, okay, which is B2. I like to call it B2. Okay, B1 measured 41 centimeter, okay. B2 measured 43 centimeter. In difference between both of them, 2 centimeters. So I have to go, let me show you here, I have to go from this point, let me just show you here in this one. I have to go from this point here 2 centimeters up. Okay, if you measure from the point of the new point that we placed all the way down, it will be 43 centimeter, which is B2. Okay, as I'm showing you here. Okay, like as if you go from the waist all the way up 34 centimeter, and it will be like so. Okay, but if you don't want to draw this line, it's fine. You can just subtract the B1 minus B2 and you will end up with the how much you have to go up from this point, which is 2 centimeter in our case here. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you. Okay, I have to determine now the okay, here I will show you how to draw the shoulder width. Okay, the front shoulder width. For this, we need the following measurements. The pattern front full shoulder, which is 17.5 centimeter, and the neck, which is 7.5 centimeter. The shoulder tip to bust point, which is 26 centimeter. Okay. What we have to do here is to subtract what we have here is the full front. The full front, let me show you here in this one maybe. Yeah, the front, if I have to draw now another one, the front is 17, half of the front, okay, the pattern, okay, the pattern size, which is half of the body, okay. From here to here is 17.5 centimeter. This one, the shoulder itself is how much? Yeah, the neck itself measured 7.5 centimeter. That means that the front shoulder measures 10 centimeters. Okay, 10 centimeter. Okay, I need you to go and read my book because I left so many notes, but this is how I will explain it to you. You just take it like that. You take the front shoulder width, half of it, the pattern one, which is 17.5 centimeter in our measurements, and the neck, which is 7.5 centimeters. So the front measures 10 centimeter. Okay, the shoulder. The leftover will be the shoulder. So the shoulder measures 10 centimeter. So what I have to do here is to take two rulers, place one at the tip of the neck here, where the neck starts, the neckline starts, and place like 10 centimeter here. And then another ruler, I'll place another ruler here, and it should measure 26 centimeter. You have to pivot the rulers until you reach these two numbers together, like this one 10 centimeter and this one 26 centimeter. Okay, by doing so, you have already created the shoulder line, how the drop, like how much is the drop of the shoulder, the front shoulder, and also you will mark this line. Okay. So yeah, please, I will highly recommend you go and read my book because it has so much information about that. So yeah, so let's go to the second one. Determine the back shoulder width. Okay, as we did earlier. Okay, for the front, we'll do the same. The back pattern shoulder width, okay, equals 18.5 centimeter. I remember the full was 37, okay, so half of it for the pattern piece will be 18.5 centimeter, okay, and the neck was 7.5 centimeters. So if we subtract this one and this one from this one, so the total will become 11 centimeters, okay. So uh, the back shoulder will measure 11 centimeters, okay. So what you have to do here, also the same thing or the same idea, you have to take two rulers, one that measures 11 centimeter, which is the back shoulder, okay, and the other one should measure the B3, which is the length we have taken from the shoulder tip to the waist, okay, which measured 41 centimeter. So one ruler that will measure 41 centimeter, the other ruler should measure 11 centimeter. You have to keep pivoting these two or moving these two until you end up with 11 on the shoulder and 41 on the B2, okay, oh sorry, B3, okay. So this is how you know how tilted the back shoulder, okay. Okay, now we have to mark the arm sky. To mark the arm sky, we need the shoulder blade width for the back and the upper bust width for the front. Okay, let's take the back one. For the back shoulder blade, it measures 36 centimeter with ease. Okay, this one represent full body. I mean full back. Okay, but since we are dealing only with half, so it's 18 centimeter. It should be 18 centimeter. Okay, shoulder blade is the same level of the upper bust. I like to take it this way. Okay. I will remember when I went like this one measured 9 and I went here also 9. Okay, so the same, I draw a horizontal line all the way from the front to the back. So the same level here for the back will go from the mid back toward the sideline 18 centimeter. Okay, and we'll do the same for the front. The front measured the upper bust width measured 36 centimeter with ease, so half of it also will be 18 centimeter. Okay, so we have to go from the mid front all the way here and draw and place a point. I don't know why this point is moved, but it should be on the line. Okay, so yeah, it should be on the line. So yeah, 18 centimeter, and we'll place a point. Okay, and then we'll draw the arm sky starting from the shoulder tip toward this point, toward the sideline length, toward the shoulder blade, and to the back shoulder tip. Okay, and by so we have drawn the arm sky. Okay. Okay, so by now we are done with part 1 of the bodice pattern drafting. In the next episode or the next video, I will show you how to place the darts on the waist and the shoulder darts, and how to calculate the value of the darts, okay, and how to draft them. Okay, so I hope you liked today's video. Please give it a thumb up if you like it, and share please, and leave me a comment if you have any question. Don't forget to check on my book also. I will leave the links in the description box.